In Good evening to you and welcome to the news as the Ondo State government has reassured residents of its unwavering commitment to maintaining and expanding programs that positively impact their lives. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who reinforced his dedication to the welfare and development of citizens, said every effort will be made to activate plans that engender rapid and overall development of the state. The governor acknowledged and thanked the members of the All Progressives Congress APC for their unwavering support, which paved the way for its successful emergence as a party stand-bearer in the forthcoming governorship election. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole has details.
Gathered here at the Williams Hall in Igbokoda, headquarters of Ilaje local government area of Ondo State, are members of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in the council area. The people were on ground to further chart a way for the party's progress ahead of the fast approaching governorship election in the state. The arrival of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa at the venue of the meeting underlined its importance. In his address of welcome, the party chairman in the council area, Raphael Adegboye, appreciated members for their steadfastness, which led to the successful conclusion of the recently held shadow of the party in the state. While congratulating Governor Aiyedatiwa on his emergence as the standard bearer of the party, he appealed to members to remain united and put the party's interests above personal interest. An elder statesman and leader of the party in the council area, Dr. Taye Malumi, also called on them to intensify their support for the Aiyedatiwa administration, emphasizing the crucial need to maintain the party's governance in the state.
Government house everywhere, and I also priority part of his priority number one,
The leaders of the party, including the Deputy Speaker in the State House of Assembly, Abayomi Akinruntan, in their goodwill messages, craved more support for Governor Aiyedatiwa to actualize his dreams of making the state the cynosure of all eyes.
Actual construction this is a time that is right to renew the percentage of the government.
Chief Judge, and the head of service.
Governor Aiyedatiwa reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to enhancing the quality of life for all residents of the state, vowing to continue implementing policies and programs that foster a better standard of living. The governor promised that his administration will tackle headlong the challenges facing people of the area.
Ṣùgbọ́n iná ẹ ti dé bí à ń ṣe ètò mítà torí tí ò bá sí mítà nínú ilé ẹnìkan kan wọn ò ní fẹ́ faná wọbẹ̀. A máa ṣètò mítà fún ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan a ti ṣe àwọn ilé kan test ẹ̀ a ti ṣe rọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ àwọn ilé kan wà láti lò kò test rọ́ọ̀ a dẹ̀ ti rí pé iná yẹn wà ń bẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ bẹ̀ wá kẹ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó vandalize transformer tàbá gbé wá kó má gé okùn tó ti ta kalẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, I want to assure every one of us that Ondo Deep Sea Port project has come to stay. By the grace of God, we pursue it and we get investors that are ready to invest so that we can bring it upstream.
Aiyedatiwa, while stressing the need for members to eschew bitterness, urged them to participate actively for maximum win at the November governorship poll. From Igbokoda, headquarters of Ilajelu government area of Ondo State, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News. Gathered here at the Williams Hall in Igbokoda, headquarters of Ilajelu government area of Ondo State,
Or as commended Governor of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, over his administration. A bill to prohibit forced entry and illegal occupation of landed property, violent and fraudulent conduct in Ondo State has passed the second reading at the State Assembly. The bill, which was committed to Committee on Lands and Housing for proper scrutiny, seeks to provide stringent measures to address the rising incident of illegal land acquisition and protect legitimate landowners across the state. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiyola Adesoye Ajayi now reports.
The menace of land grabbing has emerged as a significant challenge in Ondo State, with far-reaching consequences for individuals, communities, and the broader socio-economy of the state. This illegal practice, characterized by the forceful acquisition and occupation of land by unscrupulous individuals and groups, has led to a cascade of adverse effects. And to nip the incessant activities of land grabbers in the bud, Ondo State House of Assembly took a significant legislative move with a bill for a law to prohibit forceful entry and illegal occupation of landed property, violent and fraudulent conduct in the state. The proposed legislation, titled the Anti-Land Grabbing Bill 2024, seeks to provide stringent measures to address the rising incidence of illegal land acquisition and protect legitimate landowners. While presenting the bill on the floor of the House, the lawmaker representing Ondo West Constituency 1, Munyolorun Ogunwumiju, said the bill outlines comprehensive strategies to deter land grabbing, including severe penalties for offenders and the establishment of a special task force to oversee enforcement.
One of the outputs of the bill is that there was going to be a task force, a special task force, that will deal with such things to ensure that the full government infrastructure is given to that task force so that it can perform its roles. In situations like this, the task force will be tasked with ensuring that the right people who get true judgments from superior courts can enforce those judgments.
Ogunwumiju, who is also the Parliamentary Secretary of the House, emphasized the urgent need to address land grabbing in Ondo State, noting that it has become a menace that threatens the peace and economic stability of communities.
We all know that investors and financiers always look for stable and good areas to invest, and land grabbing has always been a thing that discourages investors and financiers.
Other lawmakers who spoke on the bill said when passed into law, it will help restore confidence in land tenure system and discourage criminal elements from encroaching on people's lands. While committing the bill to the hands of Committee on Lands and Housing, the Speaker, Olamide Oladeji, expressed support to the bill, noting that it aligns with existing property laws and provides a clear legal pathway to address land disputes effectively.
Those people say aye, those against say nay. I have it.
When assented to, Ondo State will join other states in Nigeria that have enacted similar legislation to combat land grabbing. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
A professor of pharmacology and the director strategy program management, University of Medical Sciences, Unimed Ondo, Olumide Ogundansi, has received the Obobara Dombo Multilateral Initiative Malaria MIM Award for Lifetime Achievement in Malaria Research and Capacity Building. According to a statement by the institution's Assistant Registrar, Public Relations Unit, Temitokpe Uluwatayo, the award was presented during the 8th MIM took place in Kigali, Rwanda. The Executive Director, MIM, Professor Wilfred Abacham, said the prize was in recognition of Professor Ogundansi's selfless and sterling effort, resulting in training of many with scholarship in malariology globally. Reacting, Professor Ogundansi said the award will spur him to continue to contribute to scholarship and efforts at making the world a better place. You're still watching Osrc News at 7 after the break. Renewed violence in Imo as gunmen killed 2 police officers at security checkpoint. Please do rejoin us there.
Hey sis, can I please borrow your wig? No, but I can share my data with you.
Hey, come on, give me some ice cream now.
No, mom, but I can share some of my data with you.
Can you pass it to her, please?
No, but I can share my data with you.
Oh yeah, can I use your phone charger?
No, Dad, but I can share my data with you.
Is it because Glow gives you data bonus? That is why you have been shouting. I can share my data with you.
With Glow Data Sharing, you can share your data effortlessly with friends and loved ones today. Dial *312#.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high-speed data.
Glow Unlimited.
Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Museums have been identified as important educational hubs when prioritized and utilized effectively by society. We contribute to socio-economic advancement of Nigeria. This came to the fore as culture advocates called for improved collaboration of organizations with the National Commission for Museums and Monuments for the propagation of cultural heritage to younger generations. Osrc's Zaid Aribisala reports that the 2024 International Day of Museum, which was commemorated by the Akure branch of National Museum centered on utilizing museum for education and research.
The National Commission for Museums and Monuments, an agency of the federal government of Nigeria, is responsible for the preservation, promotion, and development of Nigeria's cultural heritage. To drive home the importance of museums and its role in nation building, the Accra branch of the Commission organized this event in commemoration of the 2024 International Museum Day, set aside for May 18th annually. The event attracted people from different walks of life as reenactment of cultural ideas and activities took center stage. The curator, Accra National Museum, Mrs. Janet Adeboye, who spoke on behalf of the Director General of the Commission, said the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu continues to position museums as hubs for learning and exploration. He noted that despite the technological advancements, the pivotal
The federal government has declared tomorrow, June 12th, public holiday to commemorate this year's Democracy Day. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, in a statement, congratulated Nigerians on this celebration. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu will tomorrow address Nigerians to mark June 12 Democracy Day. Special advisor to the President on Dokun Ladile, a journalist with Radio Nigeria, has retired after 33 years of meritorious service. Celebrating his loyalty and leadership style, members of staff, News Department of Positive FM Akure, alongside other members of 4th Estate of the Realm in Ondo State, described him as a leader who encouraged media practitioners. Osrc's Omoriola Mbiji has more.
Born into the family of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Ladile in Ibadan 60 years ago, Dokun Ladile, a trained communicator, also bagged master's degree in business administration. He joined media profession in 1984 as a freelance reporter in Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, BCOS. He was employed by Radio Nigeria and rose to the position of Deputy Director News, Ibadan National Station, where he retired after 33 years of service. Mr. Ladile was at Radio Nigeria Positive FM, Akure, as head of news before he was transferred over 10 years ago. His style of leadership and dedication to duty earned him the surprise celebration by members of News and Current Affairs Department of the Positive FM. General Manager of the corporation, Olubunmi Oladile, described him as a passionate, friendly, and dedicated journalist worthy of emulation.
He's a very humble person, a very dedicated staff of FRCN, committed to his duties, loyal, family man, friendly to almost everybody. He has his flaws like everybody does, but he does not like stepping on toes.
Head of News Unit of the corporation, Dupe Isename, Chairman, NUJ, Ondo State, Leke Adegbite, Chief Press Secretary to Ondo State Governor, Ebenezer Adeniyan, represented by Olamiposi Odofin, and others eulogized the virtues of the erudite journalist.
He was such a kind of boss that made the job easy for everyone that passed through him in the newsroom.
He's such a very amiable man, a family man to the core. I give that to you, sir. I
got the appointment go-getter, humble, And one of his weak points is does not know how to offend people, even when you are even wrong. When he chastises you, after some minutes, he want to beg you.
Reacting, the celebrant, Mr. Oladile, acknowledged the honor while encouraging journalists to be more professional in the discharge of their duties. He maintained that broadcasting is not rigid, but flexible and dynamic.
Before, when we started, there wasn't anything like internet, there wasn't anything like live streaming, there wasn't anything like website. But now that you have necessary equipment, to work with, then you have to do more. You need to introduce new ideas. There should be innovations into broadcasting. We cannot continue to stay in one place.
Mr. Dokun Ladele as General Manager, FRCN, Progress FM at Ekiti, Good FM, Ilesha, before he was transferred to Ibadan National Station as the Deputy Director News, where he retired on April 17, 2024, at the age of 60. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
Unknown gunmen shot dead two police officers on duty in Akabo, Ekeduru local government area of Imo State. The gunmen also shot a passerby at a checkpoint in Amajon Junction along Owerri Okigwe Enugu Road. Imo State Police Command spokesperson Henry Okoye, who confirmed the incident, said there is panic in the area as residents have deserted the streets. He said the State Commissioner of Police Abuki Danjuma has deployed the command's special tactical squad in pursuit of the perpetrators. And on the foreign scene, Malawi's Vice President Salos Chilima and 9 other people, including his wife, have been killed when at least 39 people from the Horn of Africa have died after their boat capsized off coast of Yemen, according to international organizations. And still on the foreign scene, more dissidents have continued to flee to Western Europe following the unending difficult situation in the East. Recently, a group of dozen people from the Middle East tried to cross the border in the forest from Belarus. Adirunke Kolaboli has the detail.
Hamid, an English teacher from Syria, has tried 4 times to climb the fence along the Belarus border, waiting for a chance to head west into EU member Poland, where he could apply for asylum.
We came from war to find a good life. We came for peace. We are not against anybody here.
He is a part of a group of about a dozen people from the Middle East trying to cross the border in the forest. On the other side, armed Polish border guards and soldiers keep a close eye on the group. Prime Minister Donald Tusk's Central Civil Coalition Party came first in the European Parliament elections over the weekend, but gains by the far right in the vote, which calls for tougher border controls, will heighten tensions over migration. The standoff here has an extra geopolitical edge. The European Union have accused Belarus and Russia of trying to spread chaos since 2021 by pushing migrants over the frontier. Warsaw called it a hybrid war. Moscow and Minsk have dismissed the accusation. According to Polish government figures, the number of people arriving has been rising. Last week, a soldier patrolling the border died after succumbing to his wound from a confrontation with migrants on May 28. In response, talks pro-EU government has announced plans to reintroduce a no-go zone along the frontier. Paweł Zelensky is the country's deputy defense minister.
I ta granica niestety bezpieczna nie jest.
This border is not safe, unfortunately. The purpose of this zone is to ensure that no one is exposed to the type of attack that Polish soldiers are exposed to.
Nie był narażony na tego typu atak, na jaki jest narażony, na jakie są narażeni polscy żołnierze.
Nauma Amyari, a 24-year-old graphic designer from Yemen, made it through the fence at the border. He had originally applied for a Polish student visa from Yemen, which was rejected. So he traveled to Moscow, then Belarus, and later the border area, where he spent 22 days.
There we had no food, no water. We've been starving and dying. The last day we crossed the Polish border.
How did you cross?
We jumped. We had a wooden ladder, and then we put it, and then we jumped. We ran from the forest, and then we contacted the organization.
Agatha Losekwa runs the organization Amyari contacted. She had come to the forest to help him and his 5 companions study the asylum application process and to inform border guards who will take them to a processing center.
The zone rules will affect us very much because you can only do your professional work in this zone, but not voluntary one, for example, which will limit the number of people who can get in. It will require us to hide again and do some partisan work. What is more, and it is absurd, it will require the service members who are here to protect the borders to chase us. Therefore, it is a total waste of resources.
She said the no-go zone, which is introduced, will make things even more difficult. Adirunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
In sport, South Africa had moved to the second position on the Group C table of the 2026 World Cup qualifier after beating Zimbabwe 1. Yaram Reyes opened scoring in the first minute only for Twandan Chirema to equalize immediately. However, Sapelo Moreno with 2 goals settled the tie in favor of Bafana Bafana. South Africa and 1 point adrift of leaders Benin Republic and 3 points of Nigeria. And with that sports story, we conclude the news tonight. Before we go, a quick look at the major stories. We told you in the news that Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reassured residents of his own commitment to sustaining and expanding programs that impact lives positively. A professor of pharmacology and the director of strategy and program management at Unimed Ondo has backed an award for lifetime achievement in malaria research and capacity building. Unknown gunmen have killed 2 policemen at a checkpoint in Imo State. And from the foreign scene, we told you that Vice President of Malawi and other passengers have died in a plane crash in the country. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Good evening.
Revolution.